Imagine a train carrying tens of thousands of tons of valuable copper speeding at 217 miles per hour through Afghanistan's rugged mountains and arid deserts, directly linking to industrial factories in China. That is the China-Afghanistan Railway project, spanning 1,550 miles, set to begin construction in 2026. It is not just a railway, but a new economic lifeline, transporting goods worth hundreds of billions of USD annually from Central Asia to Europe. While the US is still struggling to upgrade its century-old railway lines, China has built a modern infrastructure, breaking reliance on maritime routes and reshaping the global trade map. Join Top 10 Discoveries official to explore this project considered China's bold move in the race to redefine global commerce. The image of a train speeding at 217 miles per hour through Afghanistan's rugged mountains and arid deserts is not just a future vision, but a reality being brought to life by China. This is the China-Afghanistan Railway project, set to begin construction in 2026, a bold step in China's Belt and Road Initiative, a strategic plan to reshape global commerce. Beyond mere steel tracks, this project is a declaration that China is building a land-based trade network to break the monopoly of maritime routes, particularly the Malacca Strait, through which 60% of China's imported oil passes under the watchful eyes of U.S. naval fleets. The Belt and Road Initiative, launched in 2013, has invested $1.2 trillion USD in infrastructure projects across 150 countries, from seaports in Pakistan to highways in Africa. The China-Afghanistan Railway is a critical link in a $300 billion USD Central Asian trade corridor, connecting the Aynak copper mine, a mineral treasure worth $100 billion USD, to factories in Xinjiang. This route not only slashes transportation time from 15 days by sea to just 10 hours, but also creates a secure trade corridor independent of blockade-prone maritime routes. Compared to China, the US's efforts in global infrastructure appear overshadowed. While China pours hundreds of billions of USD into projects like the Gwadar port in Pakistan or the China-Laos Railway, where trains operate at 100 miles per hour, the US has invested only $50 billion USD in infrastructure initiatives from 2019 to 2025. China is not just building roads. It is shaping how the world trades, challenging US maritime dominance and positioning itself at the center of a vast Eurasian trade network. The China-Afghanistan Railway project is a testament to a forward-thinking vision, where China leads the global infrastructure race, leaving a profound mark on the world's economic map. The China-Afghanistan Railway project, stretching over 1,550 miles from the Aynak copper mine to Kashgar, Xinjiang, is not only an infrastructure marvel, but also a pinnacle of high-speed railway technology. This is where the CR400 Fuxing train, a symbol of innovation, combines with artificial intelligence, advanced construction techniques, and breakthrough engineering solutions to conquer nature's harshest challenges. The CR400 Fuxing, dubbed the revival of the railway industry, is the heart of the project. With a maximum speed of 217 miles per hour, Fuxing is not only fast, but also exceptionally efficient, reducing energy consumption by 20% compared to other modern train systems worldwide. Equipped with an advanced electric propulsion system, Fuxing utilizes permanent magnet motors, minimizing energy loss and ensuring smooth operation even on steep or winding tracks. Moreover, the train is integrated with an AI safety monitoring system, employing thousands of sensors to track vibrations, rail temperatures, and even predict derailment risks in real time. This technology ensures absolute safety on the long road, where sandstorms and extreme temperatures could disrupt conventional systems. China's rail construction technology also represents a significant leap forward. The project employs precast concrete slabs reinforced with carbon fiber to create durable tracks capable of withstanding the pressure of mountainous terrain and temperature fluctuations from below 0 degrees F to over 100 degrees F in Afghanistan. The Beidou satellite navigation system, China's equivalent of GPS, is integrated to adjust track alignment with precision, ensuring an error margin of less than zero point 0.4 inches per mile. To overcome rugged terrain, China deploys miles-long viaducts and mountain tunnels using advanced TBM tunnel boring machine technology, reducing construction time by 30% compared to traditional methods. These innovations not only ensure progress, but also enhance the railway's durability in harsh environments. Meanwhile, the U.S. railway system, exemplified by Amtrak's Acela, appears to lag behind. With a maximum speed of only 150 miles per hour, Acela operates on outdated tracks, frequently criticized for delays and lack of investment in upgrades. The U.S. high-speed rail network is virtually non-existent, accounting for less than 1% of the global total, while China has built over 27,960 miles of high-speed rail, representing 70% of the world's network. Amtrak lacks AI safety monitoring systems, and its infrastructure still relies on last-century technologies, unable to match the precision and efficiency of China's railways. This gap is not just technical, but also reflects a difference in vision. While the U.S. struggles with domestic infrastructure projects, China is setting global standards. The China-Afghanistan Railway Project is a testament to the technological prowess of a rising superpower. From the Fuxing train to intelligent track systems, China is not only conquering terrain, but also shaping the future of global transportation. A copper mine buried deep beneath Afghanistan's terrain, known as Aynak, holds the potential to transform the nation's fate and redefine the global mining industry. Situated 25 miles southeast of Kabul, the Aynak mine contains 12.5 million tons of copper, valued at over 100 billion USD. As the cornerstone of the China-Afghanistan Railway Project, Aynak is not merely a strategic resource, but a powerful economic catalyst, driving Afghanistan's development and amplifying China's influence across Central Asia. Furthermore, China is transforming this mine into a model of sustainable mining through cutting-edge green technologies, establishing a benchmark that U.S. projects find difficult to rival. The development of the Aynak mine is projected to generate over 50,000 direct jobs, encompassing roles for miners, technicians, and processing plant operators. Additionally, 200,000 indirect jobs will emerge in sectors like transportation, construction, and services, creating opportunities for hundreds of thousands of Afghan families. With an economic value 5 times Afghanistan's 20 billion USD GDP, the Aynak mine could propel economic growth by 10%, annually turning a war-ravaged nation into a regional mining powerhouse. Since 2008, China has invested 4.2 billion USD in the mine, constructing state-of-the-art processing facilities capable of handling millions of tons of ore each year. These facilities are seamlessly linked to the 550-mile high-speed railway to Xinjiang, enabling the transport of refined copper at unprecedented speeds, reducing logistics costs by 40% compared to the 15-day sea route through the Malacca Strait. This efficiency not only maximizes profits, but also deepens Afghanistan's integration into global supply chains, enhancing the nation's economic stature. However, copper mining poses environmental challenges, particularly in an arid region like Afghanistan, where water resources are already scarce. Processing each ton of copper ore requires approximately 40,000 ml to 53,000 gallons of water, risking the depletion of local rivers and groundwater. China has tackled this issue with advanced green technology solutions. Aynak's water recycling system, utilizing circulating filtration tanks and reverse osmosis membrane technology, enables the reuse of up to 25,000 gallons of water per ton of ore, cutting water consumption by 50% compared to conventional methods. Additionally, high-temperature smelting furnaces process solid waste, reducing dust and toxic emissions by 60%, safeguarding the air and soil quality around the mine. The Beidou satellite-based environmental monitoring system is also implemented, delivering real-time data on dust levels, water quality, and ecological impacts, ensuring mining operations remain within safe environmental thresholds. In contrast, U.S. efforts to extract resources in Afghanistan have been starkly unsuccessful. After 20 years and 2 trillion USD spent, the US failed to develop any mineral mines, leaving behind a near non-existent economic legacy following costly military campaigns. Even in other regions such as the Tenke Fungurume copper mine in Congo, where US companies have faced criticism for polluting water sources and disregarding stringent environmental standards. Untreated wastewater from these mines has contaminated rivers, damaging local agriculture and community health, sparking social tensions and protests. Meanwhile, China not only mines efficiently, but also invests in environmental solutions from water recycling to satellite monitoring, positioning Aynak as a model of sustainable mining for developing nations. Moreover, China has committed to developing supporting infrastructure at Aynak, including clean water supply systems and renewable energy power plants to support mining operations. Solar power facilities with a 50-megawatt capacity have been built, reducing dependence on fossil fuels and cutting carbon emissions by an additional 30% compared to mines reliant on traditional energy sources. These initiatives not only protect the environment, but also establish a replicable mining model for other resource-rich areas in Central Asia, where environmental protection requirements are increasingly stringent. The Aynak mine is more than a resource. It is a symbol of the fusion of economics, technology, and environmental responsibility. China is demonstrating that resource extraction can yield immense economic benefits while protecting the planet, setting a standard that competitors like the US struggle to meet. In a region long divided by decades of border conflicts, China has achieved the unthinkable, transforming Afghanistan and Pakistan from rivals into partners to ensure the success of the China-Afghanistan Railway project. Through shrewd economic diplomacy, China has not only laid the foundation for a 550-mile railway connecting the Aynak mine to Xinjiang, but also strengthened the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPEC), a $62 billion infrastructure initiative. This strategy not only safeguards the railway, but also ushers in a new era of regional cooperation. From 2018 to 2023, China facilitated over 20 high-level negotiations between Kabul and Islamabad, focusing on resolving border disputes and enhancing regional security. Landmark agreements included the appointment of bilateral ambassadors for the first time in years, the establishment of joint border patrol forces, and the deployment of modern security checkpoints. As a result, over 200 terrorist attacks in the border region decreased by 30%, creating a stable environment for large-scale infrastructure projects. The China-Afghanistan Railway, integrated into CPEC, leverages this stability to transport goods from the Aynak mine with unprecedented speed and safety. CPEC, with its network of highways, seaports, and railways, connects Pakistan's Gwadar port to Xinjiang, reducing goods transit time to 10 days, 50% faster than the 20-day maritime route through the Malacca Strait. To bolster security, China has invested in advanced surveillance technology, providing Afghanistan and Pakistan with patrol drones, infrared surveillance cameras, and AI-powered data analysis software. These technologies enable real-time detection of security threats, protecting construction sites and the railway from sabotage risks. Additionally, China has funded training programs for Afghan police forces, enhancing their capacity to safeguard infrastructure, with over 5,000 personnel trained since 2020. These efforts not only secure the railway project, but also establish a model for regional security cooperation, with Afghanistan and Pakistan sharing the benefits of stability and economic growth. While the US focused on military control, China employed economic diplomacy to forge mutually beneficial agreements, creating a secure environment conducive to infrastructure development. As a result, while the US withdrew from Afghanistan, leaving behind little economic legacy, China is building a vibrant trade corridor connecting Central Asian nations to global markets. China's diplomatic strategy extends to regional initiatives, such as hosting Central Asian summits to promote economic and security cooperation. These summits have led to new trade agreements, increasing the value of trade between Afghanistan, Pakistan, and neighboring countries by 25% from 2018 to 2023. By turning conflict into opportunity, China not only ensures the safety of this 4,550-mile railway, but also lays the groundwork for a sustainable regional economic alliance. This is proof that in a volatile world, smart diplomacy can achieve what guns and bullets cannot. Central Asia, once defined by vast deserts and towering mountains that hindered trade, is emerging as a hub for an economic and energy alliance led by China. The China-Afghanistan Railway Project is not just a transportation route, but a strategic bridge integrating Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran into an unprecedented regional cooperation network. Backed by China's diplomatic efforts, this project is reshaping Central Asia's geopolitics, ensuring energy security, and delivering profound social benefits. The China-Afghanistan-Pakistan-Iran alliance is the cornerstone of this strategy. The railway links Pakistan's Gwadar port through Afghanistan to Xinjiang, leveraging Iran's 138 billion gallons of oil reserves, 10% of global reserves, to provide a stable energy supply for the region. Through China-mediated reconciliation agreements since 2018, border conflicts between Afghanistan and Pakistan have significantly decreased, with terrorist attacks dropping by 30%. Central Asian summits, hosted by China, have boosted regional trade by 25% from 2018 to 23, creating a foundation for sustainable economic cooperation. The railway, equipped with advanced security technologies like drones and infrared cameras, ensures the safety of shipments from the Aynak mine while fostering trust among member nations. In contrast, the U.S. spent $200 billion to build over 50 military bases in Central Asia from 2001 to 2021, but failed to deliver comparable stability, leaving the region volatile after its withdrawal. The project brings significant social benefits to Afghanistan. The Aynak mine has created 50,000 direct jobs and 200,000 indirect jobs, lifting hundreds of thousands of families out of poverty. Since 2018, China has invested $500 million to build schools, hospitals, and clean water systems near the Aynak mine, improving the quality of life for tens of thousands of Afghans. For example, over 10 new schools with a capacity for 5,000 students and 3 modern hospitals serving 100,000 patient visits annually have been constructed, promoting social stability and reducing the risk of unrest. Afghan leaders praised the project, projecting a 10% annual GDP growth driven by the Aynak mine and railway. Unlike the U.S., which left little lasting social legacy after 20 years, China is building a sustainable development model that delivers long-term benefits to Afghanistan and the region. The China-Afghanistan Railway Project is more than a link between the Aynak copper mine and factories in Xinjiang. It is a spearhead in China's strategy to reshape global trade, challenge U.S. maritime dominance, and usher in a new era of economic, social, and technological connectivity. This transcontinental vision not only transforms how goods move, but also fosters new markets, connects people, and sets global technology standards, forcing competitors like the US, India, and the EU to play catch-up. Economically, the railway disrupts the monopoly of maritime routes, particularly the Malacca Strait, which handles 10 million barrels of oil daily for China. The land-based corridor reduces shipping times from 30 days by sea to 12 days and cuts transportation costs by 30%, creating an invulnerable trade network immune to naval blockades. Since 2011, China-Europe rail routes have transported over 7 million TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units. And the Afghanistan project will expand this network, connecting to Baltic ports and Europe's $2 trillion market. This enables emerging industries, such as high-tech manufacturing in Xinjiang, to export to Europe at lower costs. Central Asian nations like Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan benefit as transit hubs, with trade value projected to rise 20% over the next decade. The project also drives new free trade agreements, forming a $5 trillion economic bloc to rival US and EU-dominated markets. Socially, the railway fosters cultural exchange, and connectivity with passenger trains expected to carry 2 million people annually between Central Asia and Europe. Cities like Kabul and Tashkent are becoming tourism and education hubs, with dozens of new universities built through Chinese investment. Central Asian art festivals have drawn over 100,000 international visitors since 2023, promoting mutual understanding. In Afghanistan, 60% of surveyed citizens support China's infrastructure projects, viewing them as a path to global integration. Technologically, the project leads the way in exporting China's infrastructure solutions. The railway uses Beidou navigation with an accuracy of under 0.4 inches per mile, and smart stations equipped with AI optimize the flow of goods and passengers. These technologies are being adopted by countries from Thailand to Turkey, allowing China to set global infrastructure standards. Meanwhile, the U.S. lacks comparable high-speed rail projects with its outdated Amtrak system, reaching only 150 miles per hour, unable to compete with China's 27,960 miles of high-speed rail. From high-speed trains racing through Afghanistan's deserts, China is not just building railways, it is crafting a 21st century economic order. The China-Afghanistan Railway Project is a symbol of the strategy that infrastructure is power, where every mile of track is a geopolitical move connecting Central Asia to Europe and challenging U.S. maritime dominance. While the U.S. is still debating whether to upgrade its outdated railways or invest in domestic infrastructure, China has surged ahead, transforming harsh landscapes into global trade hubs, with investments worth hundreds of billions of USD. And now a question for you. As China constructs these transcontinental railways, are the US and Western nations missing their chance to reshape global trade and connectivity? Do you believe that modern infrastructure like this railway represents a new form of power, quietly shifting the global balance? Leave your comments below. Do you think it's time for nations to invest heavily in infrastructure to catch up with China? Don't forget to hit subscribe to stay updated on the latest analyses of technology, national strategies, and innovations shaping the future. Top 10 Discoveries Official will be back with untold stories, projects that defy limits, and silent revolutions with global impact. See you in the next video.